Hello and welcome back to PaperCut's Story Sofa. No, the PaperCut story so far of Lindsey.
Hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's our first time together, where I'm here in Portland over from Melbourne.
Yep.
And I've been lucky enough to catch up with a couple of paper cutters, Portland paper cutters. But I've got a question for you before we get into what you do here at Portland.
Sure.
Are you a Portlandier?
I'm not.
Where are you from?
I'm from California.
Okay.
Born and raised. And I moved here in 2021, just kind of on a whim. I was living in San Francisco. I was looking for something new. It was COVID, so I was working from home. So I just asked my company at the time if I could move, and I chose Portland kind of randomly, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and I've been here ever since. So
what did you know about Portland? I mean, Cali's not that far from here.
No.
What did you know about Portland before you got here?
I visited for one weekend. It was a summer day when I visited. It was absolutely beautiful. If you've been to Portland in the summer is phenomenal. And I just couldn't believe how green it was, and the river and all the fun activities you can do, the hiking. And I just felt like, you know what? I could try this out. And so I did, and I absolutely loved it. So
Amazing.
yeah, I didn't know much, honestly, but I liked that it was the same time zone and near enough to my family in California. So yeah.
And far enough away as
And
well.
far
perhaps.
enough as well, yeah.
Was that your first time out of California, living out of California?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. What was that experience like, moving to a new state?
I was a little nervous. I didn't really know anyone. I didn't have any friends or anything. I had a couple acquaintances, so I was kind of really doing it on my own. So it was a big deal for me.
Yeah.
But it honestly, the people in Portland are so friendly. I was like shocked by it, and I made friends so fast. Like I just felt like I just got immersed in the community pretty quick. So it actually wasn't as bad as I thought.
How did you go about finding friends?
Just, if you know someone who lives here who knows someone, you just reach out to them. Can we get coffee? Just say yes to everything. And it kind of just evolves. And the nice thing about Portland is I found a lot of people who aren't from Portland. So they're all trying to make a community here themselves as well. And so we kind of all gravitated towards each other.
What's your favorite Portland thing to do?
It depends on the time of year. In the summer, I absolutely love to go paddleboarding. I love to go out to eat. There's great restaurants here, great breweries. I love to go on hikes. And then I've recently gotten really into skiing in the winter because we're so close to the mountains. It's like an hour away. And that's just a lot of fun.
Is that you've started skiing?
I picked it up after I had taken a 20-year hiatus. So I got back on skis when my husband asked me to. And I'm a couple years in, and I actually really have fallen in love with it. So
that's magical.
Yeah.
Now, let's rewind.
Yeah.
What do you do here at PaperCut?
I work on the channel operations team as a channel operations specialist. And what that means is I'm really supporting all of our resellers and our authorized partners and making sure operationally they're set up for success, but also I'm there to answer their questions, support them through ordering and all of that, so that they can basically offer PaperCut to their customers successfully.
Yeah. Do you want to explore for people who may not understand the PaperCut ecosystem, the channel system, just how it kind of works? Like, who are the players?
Yeah.
And why?
Yeah, so we don't actually sell all of our products directly to customers. So we have this incredible network of authorized partners that we've built who are really the training hub and the main hub for all of these resellers that are working with them underneath. And that's really who's selling PaperCut. And then they're there with a ton of knowledge and experience to be able to technically support all of these customers on a level that at our size of company, we just couldn't do.
Sure.
So it really just creates this great ecosystem of exceptional support for the customer and us being able to scale really easily.
I think what I love and that I've heard in my trip through the US is if you're a PaperCut customer, your partner's within 100 kilometers, which means they're in time zone. They've more than likely actually helped set up your print environment.
Yep.
Or at the very least maintain it. So you've got someone that you can chat to, and chances are it's the person who showed you how to work the machine, which
Yeah.
is pretty amazing. And to your point, you can't scale that
Exactly.
with a 250 people in our business. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to get within 10,000 miles,
Yeah.
not 100 kilometers.
Yeah.
So what's your day-to-day like?
So I kind of split my day the best I can between reactive work, where I'm supporting these authorized partners and resellers with all of their issues or questions on our ordering policies, or just supporting their customers from the licensing side of things. So I'm doing reactive work there. And then the rest of my day, I'm working on projects to enable them. So whether that's like putting together trainings that they might need on our ordering portal, or working on operations to set up some new processes so that things go smoothly, because it is such a large channel of these resellers and partners that we work with. We just need to make sure, even with the littlest of changes, that there's awareness and they're set up for success with those changes. So,
Are you getting to know these partners?
I am, yeah. The ones in the U.S. I talk to all of the time, so I very quickly have become accustomed to them and friendly with them, and we just have a level of respect with each other where I know, if they come in with a really hot topic or question or issue, like they trust me that I will get it figured out, even if I can't do it that day. Like I've already really established that, which is nice to know, because you're doing your best when you show up for work, and it's nice to know that you're working with people on a day-to-day basis, and so that they trust you.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
and getting down into the weeds of how you do your work, you were talking about the reactive stuff in the mornings. How is that communication handled in PaperCut? Are we talking emails? Is it a Zendesk setup? Is it phone calls? How does that work?
It's all in Zendesk,
Okay.
which is really helpful because we do have my team has a global team.
Yeah.
So if someone in the UK is online, they can pick up those tickets. And then when I'm on in my region, I can pick up. So we're always supporting each other. So Zendesk is a great method for that. To work as a team.
Buy Zendesk now for $29.99. No, I don't even know how much it is to buy it. So that means that you're working with the UK, with Australia as well. How does that happen with all the time zones?
Yeah, it's actually, we're lucky in the US because we're in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So we get our UK team at the end of their day, and then we get Australia at the end of our day. Right now with the time change, it's awesome. We get even more overlap. But yeah, we just kind of do a little handoff where I know when I'm logging on, the UK team members are going to be more focused on their project work rather than the reactive. So I'm going to take over for them. If there's any like hot topics, we'll kind of do a little bit of a handoff and fill each other in on, how the day's been or things to look out for. And then we transition. So I really think if we didn't have that kind of global team, it wouldn't run as smoothly with trying to do all this other project work. So it's working well.
And what are some of the big challenges you face?
The biggest challenge for me, especially when I was onboarding, was there are so many different ways of approaching things based on where the authorized partner is located. So for example, we have a lot of different just ways of working and honestly different policies sometimes for certain locations like in the US that are different from the way things are running in the UK or in EMEA. And so that was the trickiest thing for me, is like all these questions are coming into the same Zendesk queue, and I need to know, okay, based on who I'm talking to, this is how I need to approach this. So it's just a lot of that. I do have to be careful though with like not slang, but just,
That's
different
exactly what I was thinking.
Jargon that I use, and making sure I'm very clear and I'm not too wordy, because, I could be talking to someone across the globe that might not, fully understand what I'm saying. So,
yeah, that's a really interesting thing that you have to be mindful of. Now, were you in the old office, or have you only been here?
No, just here. Yeah, I think they'd been here about 2 months when I started. Yeah.
And we're pretty much smack in the middle of Portland, would you say?
Yeah.
Pretty
it's great.
Convenient?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Easy drive for me to work. It's about 7 minutes, so I love it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What's public transport like around here?
I drive, but
Yeah.
I think I got burnt out on my San Francisco bus days, so I try to avoid. But I'm told it's pretty good here. Buses, there's trains, So
Okay.
yeah, not too bad.
So what do you want to do here at PaperCut?
I'm really excited. I'm still in my first year. I'm about 10 months in. So I'm just really excited to dive more into the operational side and just find areas that I've seen some already, that I can just improve the way that we do things when it comes to the channel. So
Is that
yeah.
What's your background? I don't even know if we touched on that.
Yeah. So my previous company, I was there for 6 years, and I kind of wore a lot of different hats there. But at the end, I was doing partner enablement. It was a lot of internal training as well. I kind of wore 2 hats. So I was doing internal training on product releases, and then I was doing partner education to make sure they were enabled and successful as well. But I also did customer support and sales and CSM work at that company too. So
No wonder we snapped you up.
yeah. So I've worn a lot of hats. So when I did
Yeah.
find this role open, this channel operations role, and read all the bullet points of the job description, I was like, wow, that's actually uniquely what I have done. And that's hard to find sometimes. So, yeah.
So you feel like you can identify areas in PaperCut that need attention and go after them.
Yeah, exactly. My old company wasn't as, it was a newer company compared to PaperCut that's been around for 25 years.
Yeah.
So I think for me, when I onboarded and saw just, some of the older systems that have been in place for a long time, it was a really great learning for me of like, okay, this is how probably a lot of companies are operating. And I have this fresh perspective of how things can look. And so that's been...
And you feel like you're allowed to explore those things?
Oh, totally. Yeah, even just this past 2 weeks, I got tapped to jump in on a project and am given a lot of trust in what I'm doing, and that's really exciting. So, yeah.
Well, you seem like a very suspicious type, so I'm surprised you've got that.
I am,
but
yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
What do you enjoy doing outside of PaperCut? You touched on nature and a bit of skiing.
Yeah.
What's something you haven't reveled to me yet so
What
far?
have I not revealed? I have a little dog, so we love to take her on little adventures, walks, park days, get out and about around town. What else? I don't know. Those are kind of the main things. I like to travel. I married someone who's very into travel, so he's encouraged me to use my vacation a lot more than I'm used to, which is good.
Brilliant. What's your favorite spot to vacation?
My favorite trip we went on recently was Switzerland. That was incredible.
That was a bit of skiing?
No, we went
skiing.
We went outside of ski season, but we both really want to go back.
Sure.
For ski. Yeah, it would be
that sounds fantastic.
Epic. So, yeah.
How would you sum up your 10 months at PaperCut so far?
It's been honestly just a really good learning experience for me. I hadn't had to onboard in a while. I had been with my last company for almost 7 years. So just seeing how I am in a new environment and learning new things was just a really good reminder of like, okay, you can do new things and you can fit into new environments and, build new relationships, and it will just to help you feel like you're really growing. And so that was a great reminder for me to take those chances when I need to. So it's been good. I have had to walk before I could run, which was a little hard for me. I like to know what I'm doing and do it well. And so it was really humbling, learning all these new systems and all of these new channel partners and everything. And just I just had to slow down and just ask for help. And then now I'm finally in a place where I can start running a little bit more, I feel like. So,
have you spent any time with our partners in their
I have not.
workplaces?
No, not in their workplaces. We've had a couple visitors, which has been really great.
Right.
We had a few visitors come in who I've gotten to meet, and we had a roundtable session once with one of our partners, and I got to learn just more about their ways of working and what they're focused on. And that was really eye-opening and helpful for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What's something that you took away from that you didn't know before?
Just understanding better. You get so stuck in your ways of tasks during the day and the PaperCut lens of it all, and just knowing if we really zoom out, like how our systems affect them, and like how they're factoring, I guess one of the biggest learnings I had was how they're factoring in PaperCut into their own like business plans. And like, even though, yes, we're a partner, but we're a big partner, like especially for this one that I'm referring to, they really like, they rely on PaperCut, which was really cool to know that we're making an impact like that and have those relationships.
And the PaperCut's approach to sustainability, how does that resonate with you?
I mean, I think it's wonderful and it feels really good. You want to try, you know, I've been in the tech world, and you want to try to connect to something of like, I'm doing something good for the world while I'm working in tech. And that's not always that easy to find, really. So when I did find that, it felt like, okay, this can be the reason why I am making a difference when I show up to work, even if it's not like, oh, I'm saving lives, you know, and I'm a doctor. So yeah, I think it's really awesome.
We're the doctor of printers.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing.
Lindsey, it's been an absolute delight to chat to you and get to know you and hear your story. And I think we'll come back for another episode with someone almost as exciting, but probably not, because we're not going to excel over you. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.